me tell y'all about the time when I was in South Carolina. I be telling y'all all these stories about South Carolina. I ain't never told y'all about the time when my chain got took, though, you heard me? Now, when I say my chain got took, like, yeah, my chain got took, but not from me, you heard me? It ain't get took from me. It got took from my blood partner, Buddha, you heard me? I had this chain with the little diamonds in there and shit, you heard me? And this nigga had the watch, you heard me? We had got this watch, was fucking with this little chick out there. Her daddy was like a truck driver. He did some kind of work where he always like on the road out of town or whatever like that, right? And so we go by the chick, you heard me? We taking turns fucking a little, you know, and all that. And so nigga like, fuck all that. We go to looking at different shit he got in there. He got nice shit, you know? I'm talking about big nice leather Pittsburgh Steelers jacket. He got all kind of the jewelry and shit like that. So, you know, everybody getting what they get, but that nigga Buddha had got this watch. You heard me? Nice little, it did watch. It had some diamonds in it. It was nice. And so I had the chain. You heard me? And so one night, that boy come by the house, knock on the door, whatever like that. Yeah. So I open the door. I'm like, what's up? He like, Brett. Man, see, Brett, we going to this little club. You won't come? And I'm like, nah, you know, I'm good. You dig? I'm really trying to plot on what's the next move. Cause, you know, I got to get money. I ain't got no job or nothing like that. The little coke I had from hitting the little lick before I had went to South Carolina. You dig? That shit gone. That money been ran through. So I'm like, I gotta, you know. And so I'm like, I don't want to go out. So he like, well, see, Britt, man, I can wear you a chain or whatever like that. So, you know, I'm like, shit, bitch, I ain't tripping. You hear me? This you. I already know it's good. You hear me? So far, I go get the chain for him or whatever like that. And I don't know why. It came across my head to tell him, man, don't let nothing happen to my chain, you hear me? Because this wasn't no fake, this was a real chain, you hear me, with some bands. So I'm like, don't let nothing happen to this chain, you hear me? Like, for real. So, give him the chain or whatever, he go. So, boom. Man, it's like about 2, 3 something in the morning now, you hear me? I hear that knock, you hear me? Cause like by my dad's house, I'm sleeping on the sofa, but really on the air mattress in the front, on the front floor. And so I hear the knocking on the door. So I wake up, like, man, who's this? I open the door. Man, why is that boy Buddha? Man, he bust out bread. Man, bread. I already knew. You hear me? Like, it's like I already knew what's going on now when he said bread. And he put his head down and shook that, man. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Where the chain at, bro? He like, man, bread. This dude, bro. He robbed me. I'm like, he robbed you? I'm like, how you get robbed? You hear me? Like, I'm like, you know, like, how you get robbed? You scrap, so how you get robbed? He like, he ain't bring his gun and all this, and how the dude called him or whatever. So he like, dude got my chain. So I'm like, fuck. I'm fucked up. So I'm like, man, bro, what you gonna do about it or whatever? And he like, man, Brett, I don't know, Brett. I'm like, well, where he at? I know who it is. I can find him or whatever like that. So I'm looking at him, and I'm looking at his demeanor, and I'm not saying Buddha's scary, cause he ain't scary from a long shot. That bitch will try to beat your ass, you hear me? But he just wasn't on that, you know? He wasn't on that type of time, you hear me? And for this, you gotta be on that type of time, you hear me? Cause dude done robbed you, he robbed you with a gun, you hear me? He ain't robbed you bare knuckle, you hear me? He robbed you with a gun, so that means you can't go at him. What's up? Let's fight. Nigga gonna, you hear me? So I'm like, I'm looking at him and I'm seeing that he ain't ready for that. You hear me? So I go to my dad and I tell him, man, look, I need the yad. You hear me? He like, what's going on, bro? I'm like, man, I need the yad, bro. Nigga done robbed my little partner out my chain. He like, what? What? What you doing with the chain? Ooh, like, man, that's, you hear me? They don't even want to talk about that. Why he got the chain and all that, that's dead. That's over with. It's done. Nah, gotta get the chain back, you hear me? So shit, they had this little playground / recreational center. You hear me? The TK grade, you hear me, played. And dude was cool at owned or whatever like that. I ain't got to know him or whatever like that, you hear me? So how the little park sit, it's like hills. It's like here they got a lot of hills and shit. And you hear me, in South Carolina. Where I was in Spartanburg. And so to get to the center and get down there, like they had this little table where they sit under like a basketball court. Like, you know how they got the cover over the basketball court? They had that like over this little bench and shit like that. So that's what motherfucker would chill, Joes, you know, smoke their little weed or whatever like that, and just talk shit or whatever under the little thing. So why dude happened to be right there? So that boy was telling me, man, that's dude right there, Brett. I'm like, yeah. Alright, boom. I go down there. I'm creeping down, you heard me? Creeping down the hill. He creeping with me. Man, this nigga here, bro, I swear, he must have watched too much movies or something, you hear me? He must have watched too many movies, bro. Cause my whole thing, we gonna creep down and I'm gonna, you hear me, handle the business like that. We gonna get the chain or whatever like that. This nigga here holler, yeah, where that chain at, Brett? Man, that nigga look. And that's when he see he ain't alone. Yeah, when he see that my partner Buddha ain't come alone, he know, oh, it must be him. So that boy break out running. He running. Hear me? I see that boy, man, that boy eyes got big, like, Lord, he really, you hear me? Man, yeah. Man, you hear me? Get the chain back. Yeah, I made that long story short. I made that long story short, yeah. We can't get into too many details about that duck, yeah. But yeah, nigga add that bitch out. Man, nigga get the chain back, yeah. And like, my pa house ain't that far from the too far from the port. So when I finally get back and he see the chain and he put two and two together that his gun empty, oh man, bro, don't be bringing it to my house, bro. You doing all that woo woo. Shut up. Yeah, man, this is what you taught me to do. Yeah, man. This is exactly what you. Hold on, y'all gotta. Hold on, man. That's how that happened, and I got my chain back. Yeah, man. Yeah, that boy was mad with me though. He was real mad with me. Talking about him bring that to his house, but he done shot a whole nigga in the face and went to jail for it. Boy, I ain't even went to jail or nothing. So shit, all I can say I done better than you. Yeah, man. Real. But after that boy Buddha like is dead. That boy like I was his big dog. You hear me? That nigga knew one thing. I'm about whatever. You hear me? Whatever. For real, y'all. I'm out.